On Saturday night at Vallecas, Rayo Vallecano and Real Madrid played out a thrilling 3-3 draw. The game began with a bang as Arda Güler went for goal from kick-off. Tried to beat Augusto Batalla and sent his effort over the crossbar. And it was the home side who struck first. A goal created by De Frutos and scored by midfielder Unai Lopez. Just 3 minutes on the clock when Rayo went in front. A really good cross, and Unai arrived unmarked and was able to guide his header beautifully beyond Thibaut Courtois to register his 3rd goal of the season. He had also given Rayo the lead at home to Barcelona. Inigo Perez's side were very much on top, playing some excellent football, pressurising Real Madrid high up the pitch. And this was one of their best moves of the game, which culminated in De Frutos firing high on 11 minutes. And then, at the other end, Rodrigo forced a save from Batalla. Ancelotti had left Vinicius on the bench. He'd made 3 changes in total from the 11 that began midweek at Atalanta. Mbappe was out injured. Ceballos and Vinicius dropped to the bench, with Modric, Güler and Rodrigo coming into the 11. Arda Güler had another effort at goal, another one which was off target. And then it was Pathé Ciss trying to double the lead. He was Rayo's match winner the previous week at Mestalla. And he drove over the top. There was then a really good chance for Real Madrid to equalise, teed up by a superb piece of Rodrigo play, his run and really good cross to Lucas Vázquez, who cut the ball back towards Güler and Bellingham. It was Arda Güler who tried to guide it beyond Batalla, and his effort went wide, so Rayo remained in front at this point. Inigo Perez had left Oscar Valentin and Alvaro Garcia on the bench. And his side went 2-0 up with another header. This time it was defender Abdul Mumin who scored 10 minutes before half-time, converting the accurate corner from Issy Palazón. And so Rayo were really well placed at this stage. Another header of really good placement, back beyond Courtois. And Mumin scored his 2nd goal of the season. And the champions needed a response, and they found one in the shape of this wonderful strike from Fede Valverde. Rayo were 2-0 up for just 3 minutes. At this stage, Ancelotti's side had created very little. They'd been on the back foot for much of the game, but suddenly, from distance, Valverde drove in his 4th goal of the league campaign. It was an outstanding strike, and it gave Real Madrid real momentum. There were some questions about whether that was a foul on Güler. Nothing given by Martínez Munuera. And then Ancelotti's side struck again through Jude Bellingham, who scored for the 6th consecutive league match. He is the first Real Madrid player to do that since Karim Benzema 9 seasons ago. Rodrigo with the cross, a fine cross it was. Bellingham's run was timed beautifully, and then his finish was so deft, and he made it 2-2 just before half-time. So a really good response from Real Madrid, who were level at the break. In the second half, there was a scare for Arda Güler. He was clattered by Batalla, but well offside. So his header, despite finding the back of the net, did not count. And he took the full force of that clash with Batalla, but was fine to continue. And Real Madrid went looking for the 5th goal of the match, and they found it thanks to Rodrigo, whose left-footed strike took a cruel deflection off Rayo and fizzed beyond Batalla to give Ancelotti's side a 3-2 advantage 10 minutes into the second half. The champions in front for the first time. Rodrigo with his first goal since September. His 4th of the season. The touch off Rayo looked key. And the question now was whether psychologically Rayo could deal with this. Having led 2-0, they now found themselves 3-2 down. Inigo Perez made his substitutions pretty early. All 5 of them by minute 67. His first change saw Alvaro come on. He then brought on Cameo and Oscar Valentin. Vinicius came off the bench for Real Madrid. And it was then the hosts who found an equaliser. Issy Palason with the 6th goal of the game to make it 3-3 on 63 minutes. A really good setup from centre-back Florian Lejeune. His cross-come shot had so much pace and direction, and Issy ghosted in and applied a delicate but hugely effective touch to poke it beyond Courtois and score his 2nd goal of the season. He'd also struck at home to Atletico Madrid, and he struck here to make it 3-3 and ultimately to earn a point for Rayo, because there were no further goals in this game. Diaz came off the bench along with Baliu for the hosts, and Diaz very nearly scored immediately what would have been his first goal in La Liga. He fired just wide on what was a thrilling night at Vallecas, a game so full of action and incident. This was Luka Modric on his 300th start in the Spanish top flight, trying to find a teammate in the centre. It was comfortable for Batalla, who finished this game injured. Camavinga returned from injury for Real Madrid and made his 100th appearance in La Liga. Vinicius earned himself a yellow card for protesting at the referee, and he will serve a 1-match suspension. He felt there was a yellow card offence by Oscar Valentin. He protested too much and was cautioned. And he also felt he should have had a penalty here. He went down in the box, a touch from Mumin. Nothing given. Ancelotti brought on Ceballos and Endrick for the final 10 minutes, but the champions couldn't find a winning goal, and they dropped 2 points, which means they remain second. This save from Batalla was absolutely brilliant. With 6 minutes to play, he was already struggling with an injury at this stage. Vinicius Junior so close to the winner there. But Batalla tipped it over. And there was still time for Rudiger to head wide. Rayo managed to draw both of their matches against Real Madrid last season. And so with this result, it is 3 games without defeat for them against Los Blancos. The away team so nearly won it in stoppage time. Fran's cross headed back across goal by Vinicius. He was looking for Rudiger, who didn't quite reach the ball. But that 93rd minute chance was a really good one for Real Madrid, who then, through Endrick, forced a relatively comfortable save from Batalla, and Rayo were able to hold on and earn a point. They very nearly earned all 3 with the last action of the match. Lejeune was on target, Courtois made the save, and no one was following in for Rayo. So in the end, it was a point for each team, a thrilling derby. And Real Madrid dropped 2 points at Vallecas. It finished 3-3.